In 2025, as Korean cinema continued to expand its international footprint, the festival circuit remained a parallel validation channel distinct from commercial release, offering a different kind of credibility built on curation, critical discourse, and sustained conversation among industry professionals, and in this context, the positioning of Omniscient Reader. The prophecy was notable for what it did not pursue, namely a strong festival-led rollout prior to or alongside its theatrical exposure, a choice that carries implications for how the film, and by extension, its lead performances, are framed in global discourse. Festival premieres serve multiple functions beyond publicity. They provide interpretive context through Q&As, critic roundtables, and program notes. They allow for early critical calibration that can emphasize thematic intent over surface comparison, and they situate a film within a lineage of works that share aesthetic or narrative ambitions, thereby helping audiences and critics read it on its own terms rather than purely through the expectations of source material or star image. And when a project opts out of or does not secure this pathway, it relies more heavily on market reception and fan discourse to define its narrative. For Lee Min-ho, whose global recognition ensures baseline visibility, the absence of a festival-mediated framing means that his performance is less likely to be contextualized within a critical vocabulary that highlights nuance, and more likely to be evaluated within the faster, more binary channels of opening week discourse, where judgments are compressed and often anchored to immediate impressions, comparisons, and adaptation fidelity debates, which can overshadow subtler aspects of characterization that might otherwise be foregrounded in a slower, discussion-rich environment. This does not imply that festival presence guarantees positive reception, rather, it underscores that the pathway of introduction shapes the terms of evaluation, and for projects that blend genre spectacle with character complexity, a dual strategy, festival exposure to establish interpretive depth, followed by wide release to capture audience scale, can help balance perception, ensuring that the conversation includes both what the film is trying to do and how effectively it entertains, instead of collapsing prematurely into a single dimension of judgment. In the current phase of Lee Min-ho's career, where the objective includes not only maintaining visibility but also recalibrating artistic perception, participation in projects that engage with festival circuits, or adopting release strategies that incorporate critic-forward framing, could provide an additional lever for shifting discourse, allowing performances to be read with greater granularity and reducing the likelihood that they are subsumed by broader debates about adaptation or box office. Therefore, the festival gap is not merely a scheduling detail, it is a context deficit that influences how work is interpreted, and in a media environment where first impressions solidify rapidly, controlling the context of those impressions becomes as important as the content itself.